just one of the millions of voices on the interwebs. This is Tell It to Someone. First question is from Pineapple Head. Dear DT, how can I join the Illuminati and how can I get that dope fresh haircut? Well, I'm not implying that I am a member of the Illuminati, but you do need the haircut. So, what you have to do is age about 30 or 40 years and arrange to have your parents be ginger. Now, having it dyed ginger does not work. And you've also got to arrange some male pattern baldness up here. And lovely, kind of crinkly hair that sort of curls up like this and up like this. Now you're ready for the Illuminati. Next question is from Canadian Atheist. Do you prefer questions that cannot be answered or answers that cannot be questions? My answers are questionable at best, and my questions are sometimes answerable. So it's not a really cut and dried piece of tomato here. It's sometimes I will answer questions and sometimes I won't. Even the questions that can't be answered, like this question over here. Not answering that. I'm not even reading that out loud because it's not written down. Therefore, it can't be asked. Next question is from OneBed and Charlene. Should one ask a question if the question in question wasn't ever of question? Unquestionably. Uber Goober asks next question. Dear DT, if you toss off on an airplane, do they consider it a hijacking? Well, they try not to consider it at all. They just, give you one of those little blankets to put over your lap. There is a special place, a little room, sort of up the front. I think it's called the cockpit. Go there next time when you want to do that. Really, trust me. It's got a joystick and everything. Immense sadness swept over me because of the awful pun. I'm sorry. Next question is from Robert Bow. Yesterday I woke up with 2 weird puncture wounds in my neck. I used vanishing cream, but apparently it worked too well because this morning not only did I not see my puncture wounds in the mirror, I could not see any part of me. Can I sue the manufacturer for a product not working too well? And on a completely unrelated note, what is the best way to go of going about getting fresh human blood without being, creepy? Well, of course you could, sign up to work at as a bloodletting tech dude, as they call those people who work at the blood bank. That's one way, but that usually has to be accounted for. And working as a funeral director, it's not going to be too fresh, is it? So I suggest going into one of those. One of those. On the creepier end of Reddit, like the really creepy end, the really freaky bit. Yeah, that bit. You all know what I'm talking about. Not 4chan. That's just too weird. Next question is from Magulator. Were you ever attacked by a killer magpie? Well, all magpies are killer magpies, being predatory raptors. Yes, they're raptors, just like eagles and stuff, except they hit you in the back of the head and make you fall off your bike. No, I didn't write it today. How did I get here? Anyway, so what you've got to do is you've got to watch out for the magpies and carry a video camera, because no matter how many times the magpie tries to swoop at you, as soon as you bring your video camera out to actually film them swooping at you, because it's going to get 1 million hits, it doesn't do it at all. Next question is from Rudolph Bonder. Get out. Why do feminists vote for Hillary? Wouldn't it be more natural for them to vote for a woman like Sanders? Well, look, Hillary it's a matter of the power paradigm, and Hillary is one of the most powerful women in the world. She managed to, with her husband, her and her husband, that's weird saying that. Anyway, her and her husband managed to become president of the United States at the age of 40, which is younger than any other couple was able to do ever, apart from Roosevelt. And things happened. One of the previous presidents, got kind of shot. So that is how brilliant she is at doing politics and stuff, while Sanders is actually popular. So I think it's because she arranged to be a woman, basically, and arranged to be First Lady of the United States at the age of 40 and wife of the governor of Arkansas at age 30 and all that sort of thing. So she's really able to arrange that really well. And all that Bernie is able to do is, speak the truth and be really, really popular at an advanced age. Not really old. I mean, he's still got all of his marbles, and he's still, really hunkalicious for not an 80-year-old. Well, for an 80-year-old, but for a 70-year-old, yeah. So it's all happening for him. Unless Hillary is able to arrange for it not to happen. And the last question for today is from Joe Swamson. What is the best country to expatriate to? Well, that depends on what country you are expatriating from and what language you speak. And so because you asked the question in English, see, it's in English. You can't see it because my screensaver screen is up, but it's in English. Trust me, it's in English. So what you've got to do is you've got to go to either Canada or Australia or Britain or in a pinch South Africa, maybe New Zealand, and you'll be able to expatriate there rather well. Or Singapore if you want to speak Chinglish, which sounds really racist, but it is actually how they speak. It is really bizarre. It sounds like they learned to read English from a book and never heard English, and that is their first language. They don't speak Chinese or anything. Well, some of them do, but the one I've met 3 of them, and they spoke Chinglish as their first language, and it was really bizarre because it sounded like they were making fun of Chinese people. Or you could go to Europe, and if they don't speak English, just speak louder. That usually works badly, but it's funny for me to watch. That's it for Tell Someone for this week. If you would like to ask me a question, then ask me a question, pointing vaguely at the place where my genitals are. Or you can answer this dovetail question over here. Yep. There it is. You can answer that. Well, I'm dangerously talented. I don't have a